Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're unpacking something that, honestly, completely defies standard medical logic. We are diving deep into the unfailing bliss of Maharaj Ji at Sri Radhakoli Kunj. Based on our source material, we're going to figure out how a person can maintain an absolute, unwavering sense of joy while facing unimaginable physical suffering. The lessons we're about to uncover are super practical, incredibly powerful, and might just change how you view your own resilience. Let's get into it.
Okay, so before we get into the specifics of Maharaji's life, I want you to be totally honest for a second. How do you usually handle a minor headache? Or, just a really bad day at work or some unexpected stress? If you're anything like me, you probably just want to pull the covers up over your head, cancel all your plans, and call it a day, right? We've all been there. It is a completely normal human reaction to want to retreat when we feel uncomfortable. Keep that typical reaction in the back of your mind as we look at our subject today.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the staggering paradox it sets up. Medically speaking, the sources are clear. Maharaj Ji's kidneys have completely failed. He goes through dialysis every single day. Just think about the sheer physical exhaustion and the pain that comes with that. You'd expect someone in that condition to be permanently confined to a hospital bed, right? But his reality is entirely different. He literally sits in the kunj, smiling, actively guiding thousands of seekers, and radiating this unmistakable joy. His voice just never stops chanting. So how on earth does he do it? How does he keep that joy alive behind the scenes of such a heavy physical burden?
Well, to understand this incredible reality, we're going to break down his 3 core secrets step by step. The remedy of continuous chanting, healing through spiritual humor, and finally, finding strength in Vani.
Let's jump right into Lesson 1, the remedy of Satart.
Now for Maharaji, this is definitely not just some abstract theory, it's his actual lived daily practice. The key here is understanding the concept of Satat Nam Jab. Satat literally means constant or unbroken. Maharaji teaches that chanting the name of Radha isn't just a quick morning ritual you do once or twice and forget about. It needs to be a continuous thing throughout your entire day. And he doesn't frame this as a heavy religious chore or some tiring obligation, not at all. He views it as a highly active remedy. He teaches that this constant chanting is the exact tool you need to rectify your household, bring deep inner peace, and actually anchor your mind when your physical body is failing you.
And the result of that continuous chanting? It's absolutely profound. The sources describe Maharaj Ji as being completely filled with Anand, which is this deep, overarching spiritual bliss. When you see him physically swaying to the kirtan, the devotional music, you are literally watching that bliss in action. It's like this powerful visual proof that the joy derived from the name is just infinitely louder and infinitely stronger than his bodily pain. The physical illness is 100% real and present, but the Anand just completely overpowers its ability to dictate his state of mind.
Which brings us to Lesson 2, Untouchable by Pain. And this brilliantly illustrates something so surprising. You'd probably think someone enduring such intense medical treatments would be, super serious or somber all the time. But Maharaj Ji completely flips that assumption on its head. He literally asks, "Are you going to get married or become Babajis?" And get this, he's asking this while playfully teasing these funny little puppets named Jojo and Johnny. Even when he is so physically exhausted that he actually needs to excuse himself to go rest, he never loses his quick wit. He jokes with these puppets about their life plans. The lighthearted levity he shows here is just a massive, beautiful contrast to his heavy medical reality. He actually uses that exact humor to teach. In that same interaction, he was laughing and teasing the puppet Jojo because Jojo woke up at 10 a.m. He playfully reminds him that, hey, you're supposed to wake up in the Brahma Muhurta. That's the sacred early morning time that's ideal for spiritual practice. By wrapping this lesson in a joke, Maharaj Ji is showing us that true spirituality is supposed to be joyous. It's supposed to be light. Connecting your heart to the divine couple, Shama Sham, makes the heart completely untouchable by worldly pain. He simply refuses to let the weight of his illness steal his laughter.
Moving right along to Lesson 3, the direct fruit. So where is he getting the actual, literal, day-to-day energy to sit there and guide thousands of people when his body is so compromised? Well, it comes from what the sources call the Vani. Specifically, Maharaj Ji teaches that hearing and singing the sacred verses of the Sri Chaturasi Ji is the direct fruit of all spiritual wisdom. For him, these aren't just words printed on a page. It is a deeply, deeply felt experience. Engaging with these verses gives him this amazing experience of love and essentially anchors him right at the feet of the divine. It creates this profound sense of unusual belonging that totally transcends wherever he is physically, or whatever condition his body happens to be in.
And when that Vani is sung together with others, absolute magic happens. The sheer energy of the collective chanting in the Kili Kunj literally carries him through his day. The sources actually describe a session where the music and that high collective energy gave him visible physical and spiritual relief. It's not just a nice, peaceful atmosphere. It is a vital, living source of strength for him. It's such a powerful reminder for us, too. When we're feeling weak, leaning into collective joy and spiritual wisdom can actually give us the literal energy we need to just keep going.
All right, let's look at the Daily Joy Challenge.
So, we've looked at Maharajji's unbelievable resilience. Now, let's bridge the gap between his extreme situation and our everyday lives. Maharajji isn't just preaching this stuff. He is breathing it through his own pain. He proves that your spirit is limitless, even when your body hits a massive wall. So based on his teachings, here's a very clear, practical challenge for you. The next time you feel completely overwhelmed by that daily stress, or maybe that minor headache we talked about at the very beginning, don't retreat. Don't hide under the covers. Instead, take a deep breath and just quietly chant for 1 minute. Literally just 60 seconds. Use that 1 minute to tap into that sense of unusual belonging Maharajji talks about, instead of just letting the stress swallow you whole.
I really want to leave you with this one final thought. If a man who is undergoing daily dialysis, a man facing complete kidney failure, can somehow find the strength to laugh, to joke around with puppets, and to continuously chant with this unshakable joy, what are the true limits of your own spirit? It kind of puts our daily complaints into a whole new perspective, doesn't it? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. I really hope this structured look into Maharajji's resilience has empowered you with a totally fresh perspective on joy and endurance. Keep exploring, keep learning, and I'll see you in the next one.